Okay, for today's project for our oven mitts, I will be using this Insel Bright. It says it's a needle punched insulated lining, and it gives you a whole bunch of different projects. And it comes with a free pattern for the oven mitts, which is really great, right? Who doesn't love a free pattern? So we're going to work with this, and the patterns are endless. You can use for fall, Christmas, Easter, all year round, whichever pattern is suits your kitchen. Right? I just love these types of projects. Oh, I'm back. I was reading the projects that says ideal for outdoor stadium cushions, insulated lunch carriers, ironing board covers, baby warmers, pot holders, oven mitts, and coasters. How awesome is that, right? You can make your own ironing board cover. I think that's definitely going to be a project for the future. Okay, I've cut out both of my mitts. This is very hard to trace. So I just used double-sided tape on the bottom and cut out my two pieces. So remember that you have to do a left and right. So I would cut out two pieces and cut them and sew them basically like, you know, the mirror image of each other, right? So I even marked mine left. So that's just a quick note. So this is a fun part. Let's get started. We'll pick out some fabrics and yay, I love these projects. Okay, for your mitts, you're going to need 6 pieces, 2 of the Insel Bright, 2 of your lining, 2 of your main fabric, and as well, if you have any scrap strips, like who doesn't, right? At least 3 inches wide. Hold on to this. And let's get started. Placing my 2 fabrics right sides together, you can trace around this and cut with a pinking shear, or you could just clip this and just sew around. I'm going to trace around and use my pinking shears to cut around. Okay, so I have cut my Insel Bright batting about a 1/4 inch smaller than my actual piece. This way there's a lot less bulk. I also took my heat erase pen and I measured 1 inch increments here all along the mitt, and I'm just going to stitch down, and I'm going to do that for both just to do a little quilting on my mitts. Okay, turning my pieces right side together, I had sewn around my main piece all the way around. And a little note here is when you're cutting around, I use pinking shears. Give an extra little notch here, because when you're flipping it over, it just makes this lay right. And when you're sewing around this V here, I sew around a couple of times just in case. And I had sewn my lining pieces together, and I left a 3 inch opening here. Using a 4 by 6 inch piece, I made myself a little tab for the mitts, but you don't have to. This is just optional. Okay, so now I'm going to take the right side of my mitt and I'm going to place it in to the right side of my lining piece. So the wrong side of your lining piece should be facing up. So right sides are both going to be together. So I'm going to place this in here. This does get a little fiddly, but that's okay. Right? So just work with it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and clip around the outside. If you are going to be adding a holder, you're going to stick it in between both layers in here. With the loop is going to be facing down in between both layers right along the seam. And then you're going to clip. Okay, so I just like to make sure my pieces are nice and flat here. And I just lay it flat under my machine here. I put the needle down, and it's sort of like a cuff. You're just going to go around and around and around. And then you're just going to keep folding it under until you get to the end. All right, friends, everything's right side out. I'm going to give a stitch for close the opening, and then we are almost done. Okay, so I had finished 3 different mitts, one of each pattern, and I modified this original pattern because just slightly. This is quite small, their original pattern. So this is the original one, and there's not enough room in the pattern really here in the thumb. So what I did here, oh, and I put the tab here on this side. It was supposed to go, I think, on this side. So this side, I put the tab here, and I made the thumb here. This is much better. It's just a little bit wider and then deeper, and it's just much easier for my hands to grab. Okay, so this is the same except for those 2 differences. This one I made longer, and I made the dip in the thumb the same as this here. It would help if I poked out the top better. So I like this one the best. You know, it took 3 tries. I mean, these are definitely wonderful and amazing mitts, right? This one, I just think having it a little longer and having this dip here with the tab here is much better because, yeah. So that's it. I think they all turned out really wonderful. Love them. The patterns are amazing. But I just wanted to play around with it. Let me know what you think. Leave a thumbs up. If you have any hypes available and you want to hype this video, that would be awesome too. So I played around with I'm playing around with the pattern. I'm going to try and make my own. My hubby wants me to make ones that are bigger for him. So I'm going to play around with it and then just work on some. But yeah, they turned out really, really cute. Great gifts. Perfect for the holidays. Again, let me know what you think. Leave a thumbs up. That helps my channel. A comment. I am going to be doing this for my Friday's live stream. So thank you guys so much for all your love and your support. And I will be talking to you guys soon.